This is a brief demonstration of the process faculty can use to embed a Google document, Google slide, or a YuJa video into an item in a Blackboard original course. So in this example Blackboard original course, I have an item content type with just some text. And let's say I want to embed a Google slide presentation into this. First, I have to have a Google slide presentation that I've prepared and I'm ready to release. So to get the embed code for this presentation, I'll go to File, Share, Publish to Web, and go to the Embed tab and copy all of this code. I'm just going to make sure it's copied. I'll right-click Copy. Then I'll go into Blackboard and edit the item. And where I want this to go, I'm going to place my cursor into the text box. Then click HTML source mode. And where it's highlighted with those P tags, that paragraph, place my cursor in the middle of those P tags, like so, and then paste that code in. So it looks similar to this. You want your P tag to be the opening part of that code, and then the entire iframe code, and then the closing paragraph tag. If the code is malformed, or if there's an issue with the HTML source code, the content, the editor might strip out that code and remove it. So depending on how this is built, the text editor might save it or not. So I'm going to click Save, and it's previewing, so that's a good sign that it's correct and valid. So now I'll click Submit, and the presentation is now rendering on the screen. And just to verify that students can see this, I'm going to go into a separate browser. I'm going to refresh my screen. I'll go to that area. Yep, and now it's showing up. Great. Okay. If it hadn't been showing up in the browser, I would suspect the browser is blocking embedded content. Usually you can check that by going to the security symbol up in the top of the address bar and checking to see if there's anything being blocked, like pop-ups or enhanced tracking. You may need to turn off enhanced tracking. I mean, the student would have to do that. Whoever's viewing it and is having trouble viewing the content may need to review their browser's security settings. But in this case, everything's fine. Okay, let's practice now embedding a Google document. Similar process. You have to have a Google document that you've prepared and are ready to share. You'll go to File, Share, Publish to Web, go to Embed, and copy all of this embed code. And then let's say that I want to add this to the existing document here. I'm going to just edit this, place my cursor on the screen where I want this to go, like there, and then I'm going to go into HTML source mode, and I'm going to put my cursor down between those P tags. Excuse that add there. Alright, and now I'm going to click Save, and it might render as a tiny little thing. You may need to click and drag this to have wider dimensions. There we go. And now I'll click Submit. And then let's see what happens here. Okay, that is nice. And we'll just preview this. Yep, it's visible to the student. Okay, great. Alright, and then the last part with YuJa videos. So I'm actually going to create a separate item here. And I'll just put some text in here. I'll copy it a few times just to make a block of content. Okay. Now inside this item, I'm going to put my mouse or my cursor down into the text editor where I want this to go. And I'm going to go to the More button. And I'm going to scroll down and click YuJa Media Chooser. and it's going to load and display any YuJa videos that I have previously uploaded to my account, and I'll be able to select the video that I want to share and click insert, and then Blackboard automatically just puts the embed code in. I don't have to copy paste it. It's going to do that on its own in the back end, like so. I'll click submit, and there it is. And I'll preview this as a student just to make sure. Yep, and there it is. It's previewing and it's playable. Okay, this is a brief test of using. Okay, so those are the methods you could use to embed content from Google Slides, Google Docs, or YuJa.